Prosecutors are nearing the end of their case in the R. Kelly sex trafficking and racketeering trial. They'll be back in court today after a break for the Jewish holiday Yom Kippur. They presented dozens of witnesses and evidence, including video and audio recordings. A lot of very disturbing witnesses and allegations being made in this trial. Back with us this morning to discuss it is our justice correspondent, Candace Kelley. And good morning to you, Candace, on this Friday. Let's talk about this thing. Only the jury allowed to listen to the video and the audio of R. Kelly. The public, the media, not allowed to hear it. But what do we know from the motions about what was on those recordings?
Well, Mike, what's really important is that the defense attorneys, they made several motions. They basically pleaded with the judge not to even have any of this admitted. But what we see from the motions, even though, as you said, we didn't have any information about it because we're not privy to it, is that R. Kelly was making allegations against the witnesses that they had stolen his watch, yelling at them, berating them, saying, if you do anything, you better watch your back or something's going to happen to you. And in some of the papers, we see that he says, look, I raised you, so you need to act the way that you are supposed to act, which is a very interesting phrase to say, I raised you, kind of implying that I raised you since you were younger. So we get into this whole idea. Did he know that he was young? Nothing that he explicitly said that in terms of, you are this age, but there's the implication that if I raise you, that these are people who are young. He said, you better not ever take from me again, or I'll be in Florida and something will happen to you. So these are really big things that are going on, because this is the first time that we ever hear R. Kelly's voice, because you better be rest assured the defense attorney is not going to put him on the stand.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, Candace, because, we've heard a lot of allegations from a lot of the victims or the survivors in this case, but to actually hear his voice, to actually hear some of the things that they're alleging, the jury hearing that, what kind of impact do you think that'll have on them?
Well, all this time we have heard, almost a month now, of witnesses saying what he said, what he did, how he acted. But this is the first time that the jurors get an insight and hear his voice. To hear his voice, if it was anything like the Gayle King interview, it might have been that piercing voice that we heard when he got really noticeably and disturbingly mad. So to put that with all of these other stories, you can perhaps more than just think about him doing it, but you can actually see him doing it in their minds and kind of connect the dots. And that's what the prosecution wants. They want the jury to connect the dots. You don't think that R. Kelly could do something like this, and that he's, was created these beautiful songs, I Believe I Can Fly, and he's maybe perhaps played at your wedding. But listen to this guy now. Now you have him in your ear. He is in your earphones. What does this sound like to you? Does this sound like a nice man? Or does this sound like a man who would do some of the things that we've been talking about for the past 4 weeks? And this is what they want the jury to do. And it's easier for them to put this together and conceivably see him doing these things.
Yeah, it definitely should have an impact on the jury to actually hear and see him doing some of these things, or actually hearing him doing those things. More notably in a trial like the Derek Chauvin trial, when you actually saw that tape, it had a huge impact on the jury and, of course, the nation. Homeland Security, they found these recordings in R. Kelly's Trump Tower home. But what else did they find that could be detrimental to the defense?
So listen, they testified for a couple of days, and we not only heard from somebody this week from Homeland Security, but a couple of weeks ago, just to talk about when they searched R. Kelly's Trump home, when they searched some of his storage space, they found iPhones, they found phones, they found iPads, and on it, they found everything from text to explicit videos that we will probably see or hear, or that the jury will, an ID that seems to be a fake ID of Geronda Price, where it is allegedly to make her look maybe like she's 3 years older. So you see all of this evidence and hear all of this evidence that they find that certainly lends itself for the jury to say, hey, listen, if this was on R. Kelly's person or in things that belong to him, then maybe they actually were associated or connected with him, especially if he is on these videos. So really, if the prosecution is going to finish up this week, perhaps today, this is a very, very big way to finish up their case.
Yeah, on that note, so the prosecution could call its final witness as early as today, as you mentioned. What do you expect out of the defense next week when they begin their case?
Yeah, so the defense really has a very hard road to go. However, as I said, they found, the iPad, and they found other information from Homeland Security. They can say that perhaps, this is something that the young women wanted to be a part of. Maybe they wanted to be a part of these videos. They can kind of stab holes in their testimony by saying, listen, didn't you get luxury gifts from him? Wasn't he a very nice person? You went on shopping sprees. You stayed there after you were of age, correct? So you can really kind of imply that these women wanted to be here. Other than that, there really is not much of a defense unless you're just saying you are lying. And when you do that to someone who's on the stand, who says and alleges that they've been victim of the sexual assault, that doesn't look very good. I know that we have a female that will be doing the questioning. Of course, it puts her in a better position, but it doesn't look good to put a sexual assault victim, whether or not she's alleged or not, but to put her through that again and say, basically, you're lying, that is not a good look. So they don't have a good way to go except for to say, didn't you want to be there? You're essentially a groupie. You knew what you were getting into. You got into it. You had access to a phone. You could have left. You never did. That was on you.
Assault is assault, and if they were underage, it's wrong anyway. I'm not the jury. Candace Kelley, stick around. Thank you for your insight. We will check back in with you around the 7 o'clock hour for more on what the defense you expect out of the defense starting next week.